Hello and welcome to this quick refresher video on consecutive integers and averages. We'll start with consecutive integers first. A consecutive integer just means numbers right next to each other. For example, the consecutive integers to 3 are 4, 5, 6. Consecutive integers follow each other. What if we started at 21? What are the consecutive integers? 22, 23. What if we started at 47? Well, it would be the numbers right after that, 48, 49, 50, and so on. Now, if you didn't know what consecutive integer we wanted to start off at, for example, we start at x, well, you would just do x plus 1, x plus 2, and so on, x plus 3, to get the next integers after that. Let's do it with consecutive integers. Consecutive and even integers are the ones that the cheerleaders do best. 2, 4, 6, 8. Those are all consecutive integers. What if we started at 36? Well, the next consecutive even integers would be 38, 40, 42, and so on. Now, if we didn't know what even integer we wanted to start off with, we would call the first one x, and notice we would add 2 each time to get to the next one. X plus 2, x plus 4, x plus 6, and so on. Same thing actually happens with odd integers. Odd integers starting with 1 would be 1, 3, 5, 7. Or we could start at 33 and it would be 35, 37, 39. If we started with x, well, to get to the next one, it would be, you'd have to add 2 to get to the next one. So it would be x plus 2, x plus 4, x plus 6, and so on. So that helps us come up with our procedures. Whenever you're given a consecutive integer problem, let the first value be x. If you're dealing with consecutive integers, then you would do x plus 1, x plus 2, x plus 3, and so on. If they say consecutive odd or even, then it's actually going to be x plus 2, x plus 4, x plus 6, and so on. And then we will solve. Let's look at an example. We're told that 3 consecutive integers add up to 126. We need to find those numbers. Okay, so let's call the first number x. We know that they're consecutive, so the next one would be x plus 1, and then the third one would be x plus 2. And they add up to 126. So to set up this equation, I need to add these 3 numbers together. X plus 1 plus x plus 2 equals 126. We then can solve. Let's get our x's together. X plus x plus x, that's 3x. 1 and 2 is 3, equals 126. We minus the 3 over, I get 3x equals 123. When we divide by 3, we get the answer of x equals 41. So my numbers then are 41, that's my base number, then 42, and then 43. And we could check those. If you added those numbers together, we'd get 126. That's how we do a consecutive integer problem. Now that you've seen how these work, go ahead and pause the video and try these 2 consecutive integers. In number 1, you have 4 consecutive integers adding up to 90. You got to find all 4 numbers. And then in number 2, you have 3 consecutive odd numbers that add up to 207. See if you can find those. Pause the video now. Good luck. Let's see how you did. We need to call our first number x, and we need to add up 4 of the numbers, and they're going to be right after one another. So if the first number is x, the next one is x plus 1, the next one after that is x plus 2, and the next one after that is x plus 3. We know that when we add all of these together, the problem tells us that it adds up to 90. So now let's solve. I've got x plus x plus x, that's 4 x's, plus 1 plus 2 is 3, plus another 3 is 6, which equals 90. Minus the 6 over, we get 4x equals 84. When we divide by 4, we get our answer of 21, meaning that the numbers would be 21, 22, 23, and 24. Those are the 4 numbers that are consecutive and that add up to 90. Let's try number 2. Consecutive odd numbers. Now they're odd, so the first number is x, the next one is x plus 2, and the next one is x plus 4. Remember, I've got that hint here. If you're dealing with consecutive odd or even numbers, then you're going to have to do x plus 2, x plus 4, and so on. I'm going to add these, x plus 2 plus x plus 4. Those add up to 207. Let's combine the x's. I get 3x plus 6 equals 207. When we minus the 6 over, we get 201. So we'll need to divide by 3 to get 67. Perfect. So my odd integers would be 67, 69, and 71. They'd have to be odd integers to get us our answer. Excellent. Well, thanks for watching.